Poland's acquisition of the K2 Black Panther tank, developed by South Korea's Hyundai Rotem, marks a pivotal step in its ambitious military modernization program, spurred by heightened regional security concerns, particularly Russia's ongoing aggression in Ukraine. As of May 2025, Poland's K2 fleet is a cornerstone of its strategy to transform its armored forces into a NATO-compatible, cutting-edge capability, replacing obsolete Soviet-era tanks and bolstering deterrence along the alliance's eastern flank. In July 2022, Poland signed a framework agreement with South Korea for 1,000 K2 tanks, comprising 180 K2GF standard variant and 820 K2PL Polish adapted variant tanks, marking one of the largest armored vehicle procurement deals in recent European history. The initial $3.4 billion contract for 180 K2GF tanks, signed in August 2022, has seen steady progress, with 110 units delivered by March 2025, including a batch of 12 tanks that month. These tanks, deployed primarily with the 20th Mechanized Brigade and 9th Armored Cavalry Brigade, have demonstrated exceptional reliability, boasting a reported 100% operational rate with no breakdowns since delivery. The remaining 70 K2GF tanks are slated for delivery by the end of 2025, completing the first phase of the program. Meanwhile, Poland is poised to double its K2 commitment with a second contract for 180 K2PL tanks, valued at approximately $6.1 to $6.2 billion, expected to be finalized in April 2025, after delays due to South Korea's political instability and Polish industrial disputes. This will bring the total K2 fleet to 360 units by the late 2020s, with the 820 K2PLs planned for licensed production in Poland starting in 2026, potentially at the Bumarła-Będy facility. The K2 Black Panther is a third-generation main battle tank designed for versatility and advanced combat performance. The K2GF variant, weighing 55 tons, features a 120 CN08 smoothbore gun with an autoloader capable of firing up to 10 rounds per minute, a 1,500 horsepower diesel engine, initially the MTU MB883 with potential adoption of the Korean DV27K for K2PL, and advanced composite armor with explosive reactive armor. Its fire control system, thermal imaging, laser rangefinders, and digital battlefield management system ensure precision and interoperability with NATO forces. The K2PL variant, tailored to Polish requirements, introduces significant upgrades, including reinforced composite armor, the Trophy active protection system with anti-drone capabilities, an electronic warfare suite to counter unmanned aerial vehicles, and a 12.7mm remote-controlled weapon station. The K2PL's Polish-developed battlefield management system enhances NATO compatibility, while its weight may increase to 60 to 65 tons, necessitating reinforced hydropneumatic suspension. These enhancements position the K2PL as a formidable platform optimized for the complex threats of modern battlefields, including urban and asymmetric warfare. Poland's K2 acquisition is part of a broader strategy to phase out its aging T-72 and PT-91 Twardey tanks, over 300 of which were donated to Ukraine, and to complement its 250 M1A2 Abrams tanks procured from the United States. By 2027, Poland aims to field 779 third-generation tanks, including 180 K2GF, 360 K2PL, and 250 MO2 SEPV3, alongside legacy Leopard 2s, creating one of NATO's most formidable armored forces. The K2 tanks are strategically deployed, with some stationed in Brnivo near Russia's Kaliningrad enclave, reinforcing NATO's eastern defenses. The program's scale reflects Poland's elevated defense spending, which reached 3.8% of GDP in 2023, the highest in NATO, underscoring its commitment to regional security amid heightened tensions. The K2 fleet's reliability and rapid integration into Polish units, coupled with South Korea's accelerated delivery of complementary systems like K9A1 howitzers and Homar K MLRS, highlight the deepening strategic partnership between Warsaw and Seoul. Despite its progress, the K2 program faces challenges. Negotiations for the second batch of 180 K2PL tanks were delayed by disagreements with Polish defense firms and South Korea's political turmoil following a brief martial law declaration in December 2024. Technology transfer for K2PL production, critical for Poland's industrial ambitions, was temporarily paused due to concerns about the readiness of Polish manufacturing facilities. The K2PL's increased weight and complex upgrades, such as the trophy APS and reinforced suspension, may complicate production timelines. Additionally, the performance contract for the 820 K2PL units remains unsigned, with technical details still under negotiation. These hurdles, however, are unlikely to derail the program, given Poland's strategic imperative and South Korea's commitment to the partnership, as evidenced by high-level talks in March 2025 between Polish Deputy Defense Minister Paweł Bejda and South Korea's Hunki Cho. Looking ahead, Poland's K2 fleet is set to transform its armored capabilities. By the end of 2025, the initial 180 K2GF tanks will be fully delivered, while the second batch of 180 K2PL tanks, if contracted, will extend deliveries to 2029. Domestic production of 820 K2PLs, starting in 2026, aims to complete the 1,000 tank order by 2034, potentially upgrading existing K2GFs to the K2PL standard for fleet homogeneity. This will streamline logistics and maintenance, addressing the complexity of operating both K2 and Abrams platforms. The program's industrial benefits are significant, promising job creation, technological advancements, and potential exports to allies like Slovakia, which expressed interest in K2PLs through a March 2025 defense pact. Poland's investment in the K2 fleet, alongside acquisitions of F-35 jets, HIMARS, and FA-50 aircraft, positions it as a leading NATO ground force capable of deterring aggression and shaping regional security dynamics. In conclusion, Poland's K2 Black Panther tank fleet represents a strategic leap in its defense posture, blending cutting-edge technology, industrial ambition, and geopolitical alignment with South Korea. With 110 K2GF tanks already delivered and plans for 1,000 total units, Poland is rapidly modernizing its armored forces to meet 21st century threats. While challenges like production delays and technical complexities persist, the program's momentum and strategic importance ensure its centrality to Poland's military transformation. As the K2PL enters production and the fleet expands, Poland is not only strengthening NATO's eastern flank, but also establishing itself as a pivotal player in European defense, with ripple effects for regional stability and transatlantic cooperation.